Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mullet Mike Hardcastle here with the Paddle Gaming Network and Fullscreen, bringing you creepy gaming. Well, it's official, folks. As you can see, I am an official member of the Scout Regiment. That's right, got my badge today. Just signed my name away, you know? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really know what I signed up for. I should really start reading those terms and agreements. What is this? What are we fighting? Okay, so I don't know what I signed up for, but this badge was just too sweet, alright? I can't help it. It was just too cool. I couldn't pass it up. Can't be that bad though, right? Every time I say that, something bad happens. So in case you didn't figure it out, today we will be covering Attack on Titan. What is that? Is this what we're fighting? So without any further ado, folks, you know the drill. Turn the lights down and the volume up as we journey into some creepy gaming. Okay, so I'll be the first to admit that I'm not a big anime or manga fan. I just haven't followed it much, other than some older films like Akira or Vampire Hunter D. I do, however, consider myself otaku. I enjoy Japanese culture. It wasn't until last year that I started watching a certain anime series. And that series was Attack on Titan. I've really been wanting to talk about this episode for quite a while now, and now since the game was released earlier this year, I finally found my excuse to do so. Titled after the manga and anime of the same name, Attack on Titan was released for Windows, Xbox One, PS3, PS4, and Vita earlier this year. Developed by Omega Force and released by the long-running Koei Tecmo, this title was also released in Europe, but under the name Attack on Titan: Wings of Freedom. Now, if you're watching this, then you are probably already familiar with the anime. So, let's just get straight to the creepy stuff, shall we? What the fuck? No, it can't be you. I've already dealt with you. For this to be a non-horror title, this game's premise is absolutely terrifying. Just look at this opening cinematic. The Titans are grade A nightmare fuel. I mean, they were disturbing in the anime, especially the Colossal Titan, but I don't know. Maybe it's seeing them in a 3D cel-shaded landscape that just adds another layer of terror to these already monstrous creatures. The gameplay is similar to a hack and slash, but with all the perks of being a scout. The jetpack, blades, and cables make for a fun gaming experience. Think Spider-Man meets, I don't know, God of War. Good thing I brought these bad boys. You play as several characters of the Scout Regiment, namely Eren. The story is basically a video game version of Season 1 of the show. The Scouts protect the three walls of the kingdom from these disturbing quote-unquote Titans. Who gonna kick some ass? I'm gonna kick some ass. Who gonna kick some ass? I'm gonna kick some ass. Alright. Where are these little guys? I'm ready to fight. Seriously, is it just me, or do these things look like they came from the seventh circle of hell? I mean, come on! How would you like to be chased by these wonky, giant, naked, sans genitalia, grinning freaks? You tell me. Let me ask you, the audience, what makes the Titans so disturbing? Is it that they are misproportioned? Is it the eerie, evil grins? Maybe the fact that they're naked giants? Is it that they eat people? Or is it all of the above? So let's break this down. Let's start with the Titan's appearance. You've probably heard me talk about the Uncanny Valley. It's a term taught in film school used for something that is supposed to look human, a human simulation of sorts, but your eyes can tell otherwise. You notice that it's not quite human. This at times can leave the viewer with an unsettling feeling. The example I always like to use is mannequins. They are supposed to look human, but you can tell they're not. My point being, I'd say it's safe to say that the Titans fall under the Uncanny Valley category. They look like giant men and women, but because of their wide eyes, distorted grins, misproportioned arms and torsos, they come across as terrifying. Again, it doesn't help that they're naked. Come on, look at this guy. Seriously, what in the hell is this? Oh, look at him go. Oh, come on, buddy. I know, creepiness is subjective. But personally speaking, these guys are walking nightmares. Now on this show we typically discuss weird Easter eggs, maybe some gaming creepypasta, eerie theory, or even a horror game review. Attack on Titan is one of the first episodes that I can think of where it's the actual premise itself that's creepy. There are no deep-rooted aspects, just surface terror. Don't worry, I'll get back to scary Easter eggs and such, but I haven't been this disturbed playing a non-horror title in quite a while. At least since Splatoon. Just while playing this game though, I felt like I needed to do an episode on it. Even if this game is more just weird or disturbing than it is scary, I feel like it deserves its own special place in creepy gaming history. Maybe it's just me, but because of their bizarre nature, the Titans just straight up freak me out. The premise for Attack on Titan is brilliant. It's one of the reasons the franchise has grown into the pop culture phenomenon that it is. Starting as a manga, then anime, followed by a live-action movie, and now finally it crosses the plane into gaming. One thing interesting to note is, I don't know if it was directly influenced or not, but this definitely takes some elements from the War of the Gargantuas, which was another great kaiju movie I used to love as a kid, but also scared the piss out of me, alright? Released in 1966, this film was darker and grittier than other movies in the Daikaiju genre at the time. The story focused on these two giant humanoid brothers battling one another. They would also eat people, biting their heads off, much like Attack on Titan. They were these giant humanoid figures with hair everywhere and okay, a little bit bigger than me, but they were eating people! Whether or not it was inspired by elements of the film, Attack on Titan is its own animal. Giant humanoid. It's one of the more original premises I have heard in recent years. I like the idea of the three giant barrier-like walls. I like the concept of the scout regiment. I enjoy Eren and his overall story arc. And don't get me started on the colossal Titan. How do you make the Titans even more disturbing? How about having an even larger, steaming, fleshless Titan? No, not creepy at all. Ugh. Please help us, I'm so sorry. We need you now. Overall, Attack on Titan has terrifying monsters, an original setting, strong characters, and just leaves a memorable impression. Well done. Kudos. As I said earlier, scary is subjective. What might be creepy to someone might not be creepy to others. Plus, there are different types of terror. There's psychological horror. There's in-your-face shock moments like jump scares, for example. Then there is the bizarre, the disturbing, strange aspects that just leave you with an unsettling feeling in your gut. There have been several times I've covered Easter eggs or gaming creepypastas that have never truly freaked me out. The giant, distorted, naked, man-eating humanoids genuinely creep me out. So, if I feel that eeriness while playing a game, then that, my friends, is what creepy gaming is all about. Because of the disturbing gargantuan monstrosities, Attack on Titan will be filed right next to LSD Dream Emulator in the WTF category of creepy gaming history. As I said earlier, I've been wanting to talk about Attack on Titan for a while, but never really could for creepy gaming. But now, because of the game, I could. For all those who requested this episode, I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't request this episode, I hope you enjoyed. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed. Hi, I'm Mullet Mike with the one full screen saying, sticky, stay creepy. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace.